Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandy and I just filmed this entire look with no microphone attached to my camera. That is the kind of week that I am having. So instead of having to refilm the entire thing, I thought I would redo the intro and then just do a voiceover for the look. Hopefully that's okay with y'all. This is the same exact look that I had on in my top 5 favorite pink blush video, and I had more than a couple of requests to recreate it. So that's what I did. It's very easy. To me, it's very seasonally appropriate. Hopefully the fact that my mouth is moving during the tutorial, but it's not correlating with what I'm saying in the voiceover, is not gonna be too much of a deterrent because I really do love this look. So without further ado, let's hop in. I'm gonna start out with the moisture tint. G Beauty sent this to me and I had not tried it. I had only tried the Prime Skin and the foundation stick. This is in shade 2, and y'all, this might be the top of my list for G Beauty complexion products. It is so pretty. It's just the right amount of sheer to light coverage. It oxidizes just a little bit on me, but not in an orange way, in a way that I end up loving in the end. It's hard to explain, but I really, really like this product. I've used it quite a bit since they sent it to me. When it's all said and done, it's just the perfect amount of glow. And I find that I don't even need a full 2 pumps for my face and my neck. I always have product left over, so I'm trying to master the 1.5 pumps. Now, I have been using the G Beauty concealer for a year now, and I love it. I have the shade number 3. I'm over halfway gone. They sent me the shade number 5, which I might like even more because of the peachy undertone. I almost don't need a corrector when I use this, and quite honestly, with this formula, I can load up the product and it still will never look like too much. Easy to blend out, wears really nicely. It's one of my top 3 doe foot concealers. I really like this product. I'm gonna do my normal 2-step powder routine, and for this look, I used the Fit Glow Beauty powder, which is quite honestly the most flattering, perfecting powder that I own. I'm almost out of this one. I have one on backup. It's my favorite. And I like to use this one just in the T-zone to really mattify that area and keep it matte throughout the day. And then I take another powder, typically a press powder for the remainder of my face. And for this look, I use the YSL press powder. And I really concentrate it on the bottom of my cheek, so in between my cheek and my jawline. And then on my forehead, I like to keep the cheeks a little bit glowy, especially if I'm gonna be using a cream or liquid blush. And then for bronzer, I've been loving this Dibs Beauty bronzer. I did a reel on Instagram and a short here on YouTube where I used some of the products they sent me. And this is in Caramel Cappuccino. It looks a little heavy on my forehead on camera, but it didn't come out like that in real life. But I just love the finish of this, the ease of this, the color of this. I've been reaching for it a lot. The next 2 products I'm going to use are cream and liquid. So I'm going to go ahead and buff with my Radiant Light Hourglass powder. This is just honestly the best powder known to man for this step. I've gone through countless compacts. And blush was the last thing I did on my face this day. So I'm going to go in with my Sarah Creel highlighter with my BK Beauty 109. Just tap that onto the high points of my cheeks and also a little bit on my brow bone. And then I go in with the Huda Beauty blush filter in Cotton Candy. I like putting the highlight underneath this because it aids in that lit from within glow. And when I'm putting it over powder like I did today, I like to not apply straight from the doe foot. I like to apply it onto my hand, blend it into the brush, and then tap it onto the cheeks. And honestly, I went full force today because I really wanted a pink cheek, and I love this product. You don't need an extra highlight with this because it is glowy on its own, but you know, I wanted that extra highlight. Now I'm gonna put something on my lips because I just feel like I need it before I go into the eye look. And I used MAC Cream Cup for this look. This is the new version, so it's definitely a different shade than the original Cream Cup, but I still like it if you want a nice pink lip. It is not as shiny as the original formula, so I like to apply gloss on top, and I've been using the Dibs gloss in Italian Soda, which is this really pretty milky pink, and the combination is just perfect. I love it so much. Now let's go into the eyes. G Beauty also sent over their Soft Signature Eyes palette, and y'all, this looks unassuming. And it is a very soft shadow palette. The pigmentation is not something that is going to overwhelm a beginner. It's just 5 shades, but I love the look that I get out of this. This particular look that I did today is one that I've had on repeat. I just love it so much. So I'm gonna start out with a Rephr #1 brush and pick up the matte pink shade in the middle and apply this all over the lid and blend it up into the crease. For an all over wash of color, this is very buildable, it's very beginner friendly, it's very easy to blend out. Then I'm gonna take a flat shadow brush on the lighter shimmery shade. And when I say shimmery, it has a slight bit of sparkle in it, but it is not overly glittery on the eye. And it gives a nice ethereal brightness to the center of the lid on top of this pink shade. I just love it so much. I could stop right here and be completely fine with the eye look. Then I'm gonna take the next to last darkest shade. It's kind of a mulberry shade. And I'm gonna take it on a little bit of a dense pencil brush and map out a little bit of a wing. I don't want this to be overly noticeable. I just wanna give a little bit of dimension and lift to the outer eye. It's kind of a base for my other eyeliner. I'm just not gonna take the darkest liner all the way out like I take this one. So it gives a kind of gradient effect. Then I'm gonna take my Rephr 29 brush and use the darkest shade, which is very similar to the powdery, creamy shades in the Natasha Denona palettes, if you're familiar with those. Super pigmented, this one is. And use that just as a liner. Again, not taking it out where I took that winged shadow, but just using it to define the lash line. To finish it off, I'm just gonna take that same matte pink shade that I used all over the lid and in the crease and smoke it underneath the eyes. It's not too dark. It just kind of balances everything out while still giving a soft look to the eye. And then I'm gonna finish off with my Swede Pro Lash Lift Mascara, which I absolutely adore and is almost out. But this, in conjunction with the Swede Lash Serum, will give you the best lashes you've ever had, hands down. At least it has for me. And this is me randomly talking about how much I absolutely adore this look. I love everything about it. I love the pink tones. I love the ease of it. I love the finishes of everything. Well, honestly, I could do this look over and over and over and be completely happy with it. That is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, super fast, super appropriate for this time of year. As always, I will have everything I use listed and linked down in the description box. Thank y'all so much for watching. I will see you in my next video, hopefully with a microphone attached. And I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.